Our students who participate in early college, when they do matriculate to that four-year university, they are well better prepared for the rigor
opportunities that we have for students. For example, the opportunities here today.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Focus Show. I am your host for today, Carl Daniels Jr. I am here with Ms. Nathalie Rose, who is the instructional specialist for elementary English with Newport News Public Schools. And today we're going to talk about building character book club. First of all, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. The first thing is, tell people at home exactly what is the Building Character Book Club.
Sure. So the Building Character Book Club is a new initiative that we're doing in Newport News Public Schools, and it's really focusing on the kindergarten, first, and second grade students in elementary school. Every month they'll be getting a book to take home to their families, and along with that book will come a QR code, and that QR code gives access to online resources that focus on foundational skills and literacy, as well as social emotional needs. So every month is a different social emotional topic, and the book is centered around that topic.
Okay. Is that QR code that you just mentioned, excuse me, is that the only way that they can get access to the online books that you mentioned?
That is the only way that, so they have the handheld copy of the book, and so the QR code gives them access to different activities that they can do at home with their students, and they have, as long as they have that QR code, they have access to the activities. They can also download the activities so that if they lose the book or lose the QR code, they could still have them saved on their computer or on a phone.
Okay.
And they're easily printable as well.
Oh, okay. So can you explain your role as far as the book club is concerned?
So I'm, I guess, the project manager for this initiative. So I coordinated the book titles with Scholastic, which is the publishing company we went with. I also helped curate the online resources. My focus was on the literacy side of those, and I partnered with some of the school psychologists in the division who did the social emotional pieces.
Okay. So when did you start doing this book club?
The book club started in March of this year. The students so far have gotten a book in March and in April. It will continue till the end of this year, and then it will start back up again at back to school or open house in August and continue on all of next year.
Okay. Why is this book club so important for children?
The book club is important because all of them will get their own book, and that book will be sent home for parents to read with them. Our younger students, really need to learn how to deal with those big emotions, such as frustration or how to handle anger or worry and fear. And these books are centered around those topics, so they're able to see a character going through some of the things they go through, and it provides them resources that parents can help them also deal with those big emotions.
Okay. I saw that really with the book club, it deals with how to deal with frustration, self-regulation, self-esteem.
Yes.
How important is that to teach children in the classroom through these books used in the book club?
It's very important, and that's why we also provided a book for every classroom teacher in hopes that they would show the book to their students and read it aloud before it went home. They also have access to all the online resources. Children really learn from book characters, and they learn through read-alouds and really how to be the best versions of themselves. So that's what we're trying to do with the book club.
Okay. We'll be right back with Ms. Nathalie Rose after this message break. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the Focus Show. I am your host, Carl Daniels Jr., and I'm here today with Ms. Natalie Rose, who is the instructional specialist for elementary English with Newport News Schools. So, what kind of books do kids get the opportunity to read in this book club?
So every student will get their picture books, and they're all geared towards the interest levels for the respective grade level, and each grade level has their own book. They're all centered around the same topic, but the book title changes depending on the grade level.
Okay. How would a child be able to join the book club?
So the good news is, if you are enrolled in Newport News Public Schools and you're in kindergarten, first or second grade, you're already in it. So there's no applying, there's no signing up. You're already in the club. So for next year, it will include any rising kindergarten first or second grader as well.
Okay. Would this book club be at a certain school, or is it at every elementary school, or even is it eventually going to expand to like middle school and high school level?
That would be wonderful. Right now, it is in every elementary school, just in those lower grades.
Okay. So when we look at the book club, what would you tell parents about this book club to get their child to join?
I would really like them to know about that QR code to make sure that when they get the book, when the child brings the book home, to ask their child, hey, have you gotten a book this month? And then to scan that QR code and really take a look at those resources. They're able to ask their child's teacher for any support with it, and to really use those with their students and to let us know how it's working at home.
Okay. So what would you tell a child who may be scared to join the book club because they may not be able to read very well?
So the good news is, since we did give it to every teacher as well, they're able to hear the story read aloud to them, and they're great books to read aloud at home. So if the child can't read it on its own, they can get an older sibling, a caregiver, a friend to read it to them and read along with them.
Okay. How can a child that you mentioned may not be able to read well or be a good reader, how can they basically improve their reading by joining this book club?
So with reading, it's about reading the words on the page, but it's also about understanding oral language and the language comprehension. So these books are great for building vocabulary and building that background knowledge in order to understand what they're reading. So it helps with the understanding of reading and building that kind of specific vocabulary geared towards social emotional topics.
Okay. And is there anything else that you would like to add about the book club that you want the viewers to know about?
We love seeing pictures of students and families enjoying the books. We love to hear feedback on the stories and the activities, and we hope that families are using them and finding them really beneficial.
Yes, because reading is very beneficial.
Yes.
And it's something that's going to be lifelong learning.
Let's hope
as
so.
well. Definitely. I would like to thank Ms. Rose for coming on the Focus Show today. I'm your host, Carl Daniels Jr. Don't forget to check out this Focus Show and others on our YouTube channel at NNPS Telecom. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Join us on the next time for another edition of the Focus Show. Take care.